ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਡੰਡੌਤ ਬੰਦਨ ਅਨਕ ਬਾਰ, ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ। ਡੋਲਨ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ, ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ। ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। असुन प्रेम उमाहड़ा, क्यों मिलिया हर जाए। मन तन प्यास दर्शन कणी, कोई आण मिलावै माए। असुन प्रेम उमाहड़ा। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। Guru Roop, Guru Khalsa, Sadh Sangat Ji. We are blessed and fortunate to start a new month, and as we begin this new month, we shall once again explore the Pavitra Bani, the immortal and pure words of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj. In the previous episode and in the previous month, Dhan Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj explained that this mind is in turmoil, not knowing which way to go, not knowing whether we should walk towards the path of Gurmukhi, walk towards the Guru, or whether we should follow the mind and follow the heart's desires of living within this world and being embroiled in Maya, in this illusion. Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj is going to again explain to us and give us guidance, give us upadesh on how we should focus our minds and how we should create this desire to have love, affection, prem, shardha, having that deep faith in Gurbani and in Gurmukhi and at the charan of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji, the lotus-like feet of Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. So let us focus our minds and let us begin this new month with the blessings of Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, the fifth king, the fifth form of Sahib Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji. Asun prem umahada, kyo miliya har jaye. Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj explains to us that just like the previous month has ended, in which there was much uncertainty around the weather. What is the weather going to be like? Is it going to be sunny? Is it going to be raining because of this monsoon season? Sri Guru Arjan Dev Ji now explains that in this month of ASOO, that there is now a peace, or there's a calmness in the air. We have survived the monsoon season, and now we approach and we begin a new time. Guru Sahib Ji now tells us that in this month, Asun Prem Omahra, that there's now this love that has welled up inside of us. There's this appreciation and there's this desire to meet and to become one with Akal Purkh Vaheguru Sahib Ji, and to have this yearning and this loving nature well up inside of us is the most beautiful thing that can happen. And Guru Sahib Ji then goes on in this same pankti to explain or to share with us, Kyo miliya har jaye, how is it possible for us to meet Akal Purkh Vaheguru Sahib Ji? Now that this love for Vaheguru Ji has been built up inside of our hearts, within our minds, within our souls, this yearning, this thirst has now started to develop. What is the way for us to meet with Akal Purkh Vaheguru Sahib Ji? मन तन प्यास दर्शन कणी, कोई आन मिलावै माए. In this mind, in this body, the thirst has now started to develop. Over the past few months within this year, we have been on this journey where the mind, the body has gone through so many different emotions, so many different feelings, whether it's being detached from the world or whether it's being detached from Guru Sahib, and now is slowly starting to realize that actually in this world and within my life, the only thing that I really truly desire is that oneness, that love of the divine. Koi aan milave mai. Oh my mother. Now Guru Sahib Ji refers to themselves or refers to Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji as a mother, because when a child is suffering, they often first cry out for their mother. They first cry out for the one who is going to provide them with that peace and that security and that comfort. And Guru Sahib Ji shows that we have this relationship with the divine, with Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji as well. The soul is in pain. Why is the soul in pain? Because it has been detached from Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji for so long. And now that thirst and that desire has welled up within it. And now it's crying out to that mother, it's crying out to Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, saying, please come to my aid, please come and lead me to Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji. Sant sahai prem ke ho tin keh laga paaye. The saints are the ones who help us and guide us towards Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji. They are the ones who have, within every single breath, with every single action that they complete within this world, have dedicated their entire lives to the oneness and to Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji. They have spent their lifetime serving the creation of Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, the divine creator. And now, for us, it is important that we recognize that those great saints can lead us towards the true path. And when we find those saints, Ho tin keh laga paaye, Guru Sahib Ji tells us to fall and touch their feet. Because those great saints are the ones who are in love with Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, and they will inspire us to fall in love and to reach out and to become one with Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji as well. Vin prabh kyo sukh paiya, duji nahi jaye. How is it possible that a person can find that peace within this world and within this life when they don't have Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji by their side? And we can see this in many occasions, in many different circumstances and situations, where people who do not have the faith and do not have the love of Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, do not have the grace and blessings of Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, are constantly wandering around trying to find other ways to fill this void. But Guru Sahib Ji tells us that void can only be filled with the love of Guru Sahib Ji, with the love of Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji. Duje nahi jaye. There is nowhere else that we can go. There is nowhere else that will fill this void, that will fill this emptiness within our souls, within our hearts, because the only one that can fill that heart and that soul and that mind with love is Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji. Jinni chakhya prem raso se tripat rahe aagaye. Guru Sahib Ji now tells us that those people who have tasted and who have been blessed and fortunate enough to experience the sublime bliss, that sweetness of the name of Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, se tripat rahe aagaye, those individuals will always remain at peace. Those individuals will always remain fulfilled and satisfied, because they know that there is no other taste in this world that can compare to the sweetness of Gurbani. And in this month, it is really important that we read as much Gurbani as we possibly can. That is the way that we will have our thirst and our desires quenched. आप त्याग बिनती करहे लेहो प्रभु लड़ लाए. When we receive and we taste that supreme bliss of Gurbani, of Amrit Naam, Guru Sahib Ji tells us that they start to renounce themselves. They leave behind the ego, the self-centeredness, the I, and instead they ask, Leho Prabhu lad laye. O Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, please attach me to your robe. That is the way that I will be able to leave behind the selfishness, the ego, the attachment to the self, and instead join with you. Over the previous Bodhi and the previous episodes, Guru Sahib Ji has constantly referred to the soul as the bride and Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji as the husband Lord. When a bride gets married, she takes into her hands the robe or the palla of her husband. That is given to her by her father, and he places that scarf, that robe into her hands, and is essentially saying that now this person will help you and will guide you through your life. And together you will walk this path of Gursikhi. The soul is also yearning for that husband, that one who is going to guide, that one who is going to be there, that one who is going to provide. That husband is Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, the Lord, the Master himself. So Guru Sahib Ji uses this analogy of saying, place your robe, Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, into my hands and let me walk this path of Gursikhi. Jo har kant milaiya se vichhod kathe na jaye. Jo har kant milaiya se vichhod kathe na jaye. That person who has become united with Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji through the grace and through the blessings of Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, se vichhod kathe na jaye, that person will never be separated from Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji again. If you take an empty glass and you scoop out some of the ocean's water and they become separated, but then you pour that glass of water back into the ocean, you will never be able to find the particular particles and the particular droplets of water that were originally contained in that glass. In the same way, Guru Sahib Ji explains to us that once we have become united with Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, once the soul, the Atma, the soul becomes one with Paramatma, the great soul, the great being, the divine Lord, the Creator himself, there is no way to separate that light, that jod, that energy from each other. Essentially, our soul becomes one with Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji and will never be separated again. We will never have to come back into this world as part of the 8.4 million different life forms. Prabha vin dooja ko nahi, Nanak har saranaye. Without Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji, there is nothing or no one at all. Because everything has been created by him and everything is contained within his will. So everything that we see, everything that we do is all under his control. And without him, without his order, without his control, nothing would exist in this world or even in this universe. Nanak har saranai. And when we understand that, when we realize that every single thing is all a part of his creation and it's all a part of his hukam, his command, that is when we recognize and we realize that we are sitting in his sanctuary. We are already contained within his sanctuary because all of this is his domain. And Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj explains to us that we are now sitting within the presence of Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji. However, we need to open our eyes and realize and recognize exactly where we are and what our purpose is. ASOO sukhi vasandiya jinna meya hararaye. And in this last line, Siddhi Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj explains to us that in this month of ASOO, sukhi vasandiya, that those people will have that great place of peace. Jinna meya hararai. If and when Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji shows his mercy. When Guru Sahib Ji, when Akal Purkh Waheguru Sahib Ji grants us his grace and grants us his mercy and his blessings, that is when we will have a place within his own kingdom. In this month, Sadh Sangat Ji, it is so important that we read Gurbani, that we build that love, that shraddha, that faith for Akal Purkh Waheguru Ji, for the divine creator. And we recognize that this is the time now where we can find that peace within this world and we can start to experience that peace and that bliss through reciting Gurbani and through taking of the Amrit that Guru Sahib Ji has blessed us with. By translating this Bauri and this episode, I will have made many mistakes. I ask for forgiveness as always from the Sadh Sangat, and I hope and I pray that together we can walk this path of Gursikhi. Lekhe katahe na shutiye, khin khin poolan har, baksan har baksala, Nanak par utar. ਪ੍ਰਭ ਬਿਨ ਦੂਜਾ ਕੋ ਨਹੀਂ, ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਸਰਨਾਏ। असू सुखी वसंदिया, जिना मैया हर राए। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।